Welcome to Stay Alive with Church Alive. And this is your host and president of Church Alive Development Corporation. And our effort here is to bring you information, resources, and services that will improve the lifestyle. We're going to deal with a very serious issue, and it's gun violence. Every day on our streets throughout all of New York, we're losing our sons and daughters to guns and drugs and all kinds of violence that have taken the lives of some young people before they had a chance to do and become the people that they had desired to be, career people and inventors and people that, athletes that have made a difference. And we're losing this great talent because of the fact that we have too many guns on our streets. And to be able to talk about it, we're blessed to have in our audience, and we have a father who's lost a son, and we have also a mother with us, has also lost a son. And then we have a representative of 59 other mothers that have come together to say, stop the violence. And so we're going to also have a special guest, and he's the organizer throughout Brooklyn, Manhattan, and now the Bronx, to move a program forward to stop the violence. And his name is Rappn Tate. And we're going to go right to a video that I feel has a message that will allow you to realize exactly why we're here today and why we have to stop the violence. Thank you.
This whole world is going down. Tell me why this whole world is burning now. Tell me why this whole world got frowns. When I say that I'm black, they ain't proud. Tell me why when we get a black president, you make his life so hard, irrelevant. When you know the man is quite intelligent, qualified and bona fide, you can't deny it. Tell me why little shorty had to die from the drugs and the guns and drive-bys. Why his mamas and his dads out crying where the sun don't even start to shine. Why you're locked up going into the time.
Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Stop the killing! Save the children! 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 You gotta let it go. Gotta put that stress on the dance floor. Everybody gotta go buck wild. Crazy boy like an antelope up. Use third eye like an endoscope. Everybody know I'm bringing all that hope up. That's the way that it's gotta be. It's gonna be a catastrophe. Can you remember me? I'm talking about the T's to the B's to the stone to the crib, bloods to the low. Come along, bringing that love in the club. Everybody know, man, that's how it goes up. Gotta stop that bang, bang, bang. Stop that shooting of the holy thing. Gotta come together with the love of the unity. Stop that killing in the streets. Brothers getting shot in the Brownsville. Brothers getting shot in the Hillville. Brothers getting shot in the Crown Heights. Brothers getting hit with the real pipe. Gotta come together with the love tonight. So that love gonna unite. So on that love with my people tonight, gonna show how we do it. Take. Stop the killing.
Save the children.
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 Who are we?
Hatred.
Who are we?
Hatred.
And what we do?
Save the children. Save the children.
Dr. Kelvin Rappn Tate, welcome to Church Alive.
Yes.
I see you've given us a vivid and clear approach to stop the violence. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate the work that you've been doing throughout the boroughs. And so at this time, we're going to sort of turn this program over to you, because we have some wonderful guests that you have brought to Church Alive. And but first, I want to share with the people that your son was also lost to gun violence. You want to share that with us?
Yes, my brother.
Your brother, I'm sorry.
Yes, my brother, it was just recently, 20 years ago, he would have been 30. So yeah. So he gave his life for a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and a mother at a gas station. So been 10 years now, and he was 20 at the time, and he was working for a Jewish firm. It was on October 31st. They was wrapping up everything, and they was building a home for Habitat for Humanity. And he had a dream to become not only an artist and follow my ways of what I was doing, but he also wanted to build homes for mothers, single mothers with 5 children or more, as a lottery. But unfortunate, he came out of a gas station, him being an identical twin at that, put his hand on the barrel, pleaded with the guys, what we was told from the mother and the victims, and they said he asked him to not shoot the 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and the mother, but the guy snatched it away, came back, shot him in the knees, and then he took another gun out, and that was a Tech 9, shot him in the side and left his organs on the grounds. And it's supposed to have been a hit for another gang rival across the street. The people were there, but this was the wrong identity. And so his anniversary will be coming up this October 31st. So, and I'm sitting here with parents who understands me and I understand them, and we all have the same understanding that a lot of us want cases closed, which mine was resolved, but we have parents here today who wasn't so hip-hop to hip-hop. As you can see, a lot of young people in hip-hop, New York, we gave a lot, but hip-hop is not doing what it used to do. And so we had to put an E on there and make it hope. Now faith is the substance and the evidence of things hoped for but not seen.
Praise God. Amen. You connected it with some power.
Yes.
Now, we have some pictures that we're going to put up. You want to tell us about those pictures that we're looking at?
Yeah, the first picture is a picture of my brother that I made. I wanted. It took me a while. He didn't really like taking any pictures, from what we was informed. But this was the last picture, and I didn't share this picture to get glorified. I showed this picture because people need to know why I have the passion that I have and why I sustain. He was a producer. He was an artist, just like I was. And when you look at Exaton and a lot of these young rappers that the industry is using and pimping, they are murdering them. And so, and even at this Taylor, which you'll be speaking with, Diana Ali, her son was an artist from out of Queens and could have been a great, phenomenal artist, but he gave his life about the same as my brother. And so this is very prevalent that we understand that gun violence or no form of violence is to be interrupted. Me being an ambassador for peace and being a youth advisor for the Secretary General of El Salvador, these are the things that we're talking about and issues, and this is what I'm looking to carry to the UN in my 3-year seating, to get these parents and us to dialogue with other parents from across the world, global, on how can we use the arts, sports, entertainment, and music to resolve conflict resolutions to begin to start to heal.
Very good. You know, there's been a very special person that I've met in your life, and she's come really to support and been a major supporter, from what I see, of the movement. And that is Reverend Dr. Margarita Cabral, all right? Tell us a little bit about her and how essential her support is to this movement.
What happened is I've been knowing, like I said, I was raised in Brooklyn myself, but I've been knowing Doc for over like 11 years now. And the time my brother was murdered, I literally walked away from doing any humanitarian or getting out and wanting to do anything for anybody, because losing my mother on Mother's Day, then losing my brother on Halloween, it was really just a heart-stricken, and I'm out here helping people and doing what I'm doing. But Dr. Cabral had a vision, and she said, you know, Tate, let's bring you back one more time, but show the young people, let them see how a full-grown man who was young, never sold, never went to left field, never went under the table, but you stayed a course, and let's take your brother's death and not let it be in vain, and let's go out there and let's rebuild the minds of our children and families. And so I want to thank Dr. Margarita Cabral, because I'm literally a volunteer for her, but all funds and things are going through different agencies like you in partnership, so that we can help agencies like Church Alive. I want to thank them as well for believing in me, and you believing in me, and Dr. Cabral. But she's heroic, and I can't go with no doubt of thanking her for allowing me to be a volunteer, a champion under her.
Very good. Now, you have brought some wonderful people here today. and I want you to introduce them, and because they are doing some tremendous. But now they've been hurt. They've lost and both of them have lost their sons, and then one representing 59 other mothers who have had a tragic experience of losing their children. But I'll let you introduce them. Go right ahead.
Well, thank you, Bishop. First, I want to thank Church Alive Ministry once again for allowing us and giving me the opportunity. But I want to give a big shout out to Mother Jackie Rowe of Harlem Mother Saves. I just have to hold my tears back because she lost 2 sons, and she understood right away what I was going through as an artist. And to my right side here is Miss Ella B. Thomas, who is a representative from Harlem Mother Saves, and for fathers, because they do have fathers there, and they work right aside with Mother Jackie Rowe. And then the next person that you'll hear from is Diana Ali, phenomenal, great woman on the field, and she had a son that was an artist. How we connected, her son was a rapper, and he was trying to do music and change lives, and he was an artist. He was a painter. And so that brought him right into the Hip Hop Depot, which is Rashid Knight Stars, which I carry his logo wherever I go on my flyers. And then down the branch here is a great man who have made great contribution, him and his wife, and that's with Miss Camila Tally Brunson and Robert Brunson. He's a former member of the Black Spade, but he changed. They changed the name today because a lot of them are older now and they have matured more, and they call it the Black Spade for Peace. But the reason why I brought him is because him and his wife had a son that was slaughtered and saving someone else's life as well. And the name of the organization is the Eastern Star Sister of Camilla, Local 469.
Great. Well, we're going to hear from them, and they all have telling stories. And we're going to start by asking I'll call her Sister Thomas. Okay. And, tell us a little bit about the 59 mothers and what they're doing. Now, the name of the organization is?
Harlem Mother Saves Fathers and Mothers now, because at first we started with Jackie Rowe Adams, came along, Nick Dickinson, and people kept, saying their kids are getting killed, and then it began to continue. So all of them had kids to be killed, and they got together, went to Nick Dickinson, Keith Wright, and we formed this organization called Harlem Mother Save. A year later, I joined, which has been 11 years. I had lost 2 boys to gun violence, which Jackie Rowe didn't even know that I lost kids, and I knew her for years. So it came on Channel 1, and it stated what they was doing. So our role is to, as we hear about a killing, Harlem is our branch, but sometimes we go to other boroughs. We give, sometimes it's a man, grandmother, or a mother, father. We call it Harlem Mother Saves Hug. And 9 times out of 10, our kids doesn't have insurance. So we have brochures and things to give them and let them know where to go from that, and we'll tell them it's going to be hard. We understand because we've been through it. So
you're a support group for other mothers.
Yes.
And also bringing them information and actually being there with them.
Yes.
Knowing that what it takes, because you've gone through it, all the mothers have, so they know how to share.
And fathers.
Yeah, and fathers, yes, right. All right, we are going to turn to Diane. Diane, tell us about the loss of your son.
It was November 14, 2010. My son went out with friends to celebrate a birthday party. My son does not belong to a gang. He was not in any fights. The golden rule is you come with your friend, you leave with your friend, and he went out to go get his friend, and his friend was nowhere to be found, so he went outside. He saw a group of kids in a crowd. The bouncer said to him, "This doesn't concern you, go back inside." So he went outside to look for his friends, the one friend, should I say, and he walked in at less than 3 seconds, I want to say. He came out because the person who was in there that pulled out a knife stabbed my son in the chest, which pierced his heart and his lungs. He fell to the ground. He lay there while the fight was going on. No one called the cops. No one called anyone. They didn't know if he was drunk, what was going on. He laid there. By the time the cops came, the police came, they cleaned up the club scene. In the ambulance, he was pronounced dead on arrival. And he was one of 5 children. I myself, I just came out of the hospital for appendix that was broken. I wasn't even supposed to be there. I took my 2 children and went there, and I, not went there, went to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that my son got stabbed and died. The children, myself,
Yeah.
the family, distorted. I couldn't believe that my son, who had never been involved in any kind of activities, or I kept my son very close to me, like a lot of mothers who was overprotective. I was a very overprotective mother, and from that point on, I could never be myself. I've joined with organizations, parents of also lost their children, murdered children, trying to get myself back, put my life back together. It's never the same.
No.
I've joined with organizations to stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing, stop the stabbing. That's the only thing that could bring me peace, for me to help. My son was an artist. He drew a star that's called Night Star. I want to keep his memory alive by just launching the logo. Every child should have a life of being a star without any interruptions in their life. And my thing for the future is to join one of these organizations and keep my son alive by stopping violence, the violent acts of crimes, trying to get a better camera system to go into place of where my son was stabbed, because they did not have a system with camera that could pick up the face of the person. They did pick up someone which was a wrong person, and for 3 years they had to let him go because it was not the right person. So we're about to open up another case, and I want to join another organization to try to get justice for my son, because I haven't gotten justice yet.
Right. Well, I can tell you, wherever he is, he's got a conscience, and God will work with that. And we believe in God that He'll turn Himself in. And definitely, we're trusting that He won't go out there and take another life. So we'll just see what happens, but we'll be praying for you and for the family, right?
Thank you.
And I have Robert Brunson, Rappn Tate spoke about you and the loss, and also what you've been doing with the organization that you have turned around the name Black Spades into something much more noble. Okay, tell us about your situation.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, all right, in 2008, June 22nd, I had a son that was killed to violence in the streets.
Right.
Same as coming from a club, they was having a party upstairs. My son just left the house and told me that he was going to the store. When he got around the corner, he seen one of his friends being jumped out there by the club. So him, being who he is, he went over there and got in it to help his friend, which I think everybody would have did the same thing.
Right.
But he took in, lost his life because the dude got behind him and stabbed him twice in the back. One in the lower back, once in his upper back. It pierced his heart. I got a call, and then people knocking on the door telling me, come downstairs, your son just got stabbed. I run around the corner, I see my son there, police, the crowd, EMS. He's laying there in a pool of blood. They put him in the ambulance, took him to St. Barnabas. We from the Bronx.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we get to the St. Barnabas, the doctors call me and my wife, and they tell us, excuse me, but he didn't make it. Your son passed. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, you know what I'm saying, I've been on a mission, and my wife been on, really, she was the one that pushes everything. You know what I'm saying? About I'll stop the violence
Stop the
and
violence,
everything.
yeah.
She do it every year. We've been doing it for 10 years now straight. You know what I'm saying? And she do it under her organization, which is the Eastern Stars. the Order of Eastern Star, Sisters of Camellia, Local 469. And her name is Camille Talley, Sister
Right.
Camellia Talley.
Well, right now we have some pictures, and tell us about. We're going to be looking at those pictures as you talk. So tell us about them, and so we can understand. Also, I know a lot of folk are watching this show saying he's got the black spades on. So we're going to have to clarify that this is not the same black spade, but there's been some changes. But let's talk about the pictures.
Okay.
Just tell us and talk about them. We'll look at them.
All right. Well, the picture.
No, you can talk to us. To me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the pictures. My son had just had a daughter born in April of 2008, April 16th.
Right.
He was a proud father. Her name is Nevaeh, my granddaughter.
Right.
Everywhere you seen him, you seen that stroller and that baby with him. He just got a job, everything. He had changed his life around. He doing good. He working for Hunts Point Fish Market and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
He was proud that he had his daughter. You know what I'm saying? So all he did, you seen him, you seen that baby.
Baby, right.
That was his life now. He had straight now. He wasn't in the streets doing nothing, anything. His focus was on that child. You know what I'm saying? And it pleased me and my wife because he showed us that he was gonna be a good parent. And 2 months later, she lost her father.
Oh my goodness, man.
So we got it up there, they got it over there on the board. They put me and my wife, my son and everything, they put it in the newspaper.
Right.
And I'm saying about what happened and everything. And they called him a hero by jumping in and trying to help his friend and that he lost his life.
Right.
And so after that, you know, the other pictures, some of them down there is from the funeral with the casket and everything, and there's obituary and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And everything. The other pictures of me and his mother and his brother and all of us, and a picture of him and his daughter. You know what I'm saying? But we still, I miss my son, but
Right.
what I'm saying, every year.
But you made a move out of that losing of your son. It caused
Yes.
you to decide to do something about other situations.
And
So,
that move was, for me,
yeah.
I felt like, you know, God was telling me to change my life, do something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He took something that he knew I loved. So that opened my eyes. All right, now, we was known as a notorious gang back in the days, the 60s and the early 70s. We ain't known for that now. Now we do community work. Instead of Black Spades, I got a logo that we got now, Black Spades, and we got the 4-piece on there. And I'm getting the 501 for that and everything. And we going for that because we do nothing but community work. We give back to the community. We protect the community.
Very good.
You know what I'm saying? We give to the shelters. We feed the homeless and clothe them. You know what I'm saying? We throw community cookouts for people.
Right.
And everything by your home. We do marches. Me and my wife was the one that sponsored and started it with the Stop the Violence. You know what I'm saying? She run it every year for 10 years now.
This is fantastic. We're going to look at the Black Spades to help us at Christmas time. We usually give away thousands of bags of food through the New York Yankee organization. And we're always looking for men that will come out and unload the trucks and deliver the food. So we're going to be talking to the new and revived new, well, not revived, but brand new Black Spades. Black Spades for Peace. Am I right? Okay, we got a few minutes here, and my good brother here, Rappn Tate, Dr. Rappn Tate, tell us about the T-shirts and how we can get them, and also what is the need? What is the mission behind the T-shirts?
Well, first of all, I want to give big shouts out to Charlie Rock and Brother Tate, who started his program just as Brother Brunson is doing, and his is the TBS New Direction, and also to the Peacemakers We just did a big thing in Patterson housing projects, and it was wonderful. Into the NYPD Youth Explorers of the PSA 7, but this particular T-shirt is a genius ideal of Dr. Margarita Cabral. Her concept was, because I was a teen alcoholic myself and I lost a brother to gun violence, she was saying that we should call it Drew Guns, and it stands for no drugs, no guns. But we lost a young football player that's entertainment, sports, and his name was Damian Gilbert, mother named Natasha Davis, and father named Damian Gilbert Sr. And when I heard it on Bronx, it happened here in the Bronx. He was an NFL youth player, got stabbed twice. And when I heard that, that got the ears of the UN, got the ears of us. And so Dr. Burrow say, let's push this through basketball. Let's do this to do fundraising, helping organizations like yours. We want to thank you for partnership with her.
Right.
And she sent her greetings to you.
Thank you.
Anyone that support this T-shirt, it allow us to put T-shirts on the back of these parents to let them know that we may not be able to hug them every day, but at least they can have their T-shirt and knowing that we love them. And we'll be there with them when they can call on us, and we'll be at their aid. And so that's what this is. And then also we're moving with young people where we actually allow them to play basketball, football games. And I want to give a big shout out to PFL, David Patterson, who's been champion with us with his whole entire league and taking on this sports event. And that's what the hip hop T-shirt is all about.
Great.
Drew Guns.
Right now, folks, we'd like you to get this T-shirt, and you can just call Church Alive and tell us where you would like to get it. We ask for a donation to help support this great work. And we must stop the violence, and we have to support those organizations and those mothers who are here and fathers that are here that are saying it's enough is enough. We've got to do more than praying on it. We got to get outside and start demonstrating and letting our community know that violence is not acceptable. So, and wearing this T-shirt clearly shows that you are a supporter and inspire others to do the same. So we ask you right now to take the telephone numbers down, call Church Alive. We'll give you the address and all that you can send your donation in, and then we'll see that you're able to come by our office and pick up a T-shirt. We want to thank Dr.
I'm sorry.
You got 10 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Because Dr. Mother Rowe, Jackie Rowe, because the sister was talking about her case being closed. We want to let all the parents know, and we want to thank Church Alive and everybody here. But on September the 25th, between the hours of 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Mother Jackie Rowe and the Harlem Mothers will be at 306A West 128th Street for the National Day of Remembrance for Victims of Unsolved Cases.
Okay, you're going to see that up on the screen, folks. Write all this information down. And once again, Church Alive is here to bring you a holistic approach to gospel. That is to provide information, resources, and services that will improve your lifestyle. And we thank you for, once again, allowing Church Alive to come into your homes. And we say, in closing, we love you with the love of the Lord. God bless.